Hi, I'm Dr. Jensen, and I'm your instructor for CCJ 4934, Media and Crime. So I wanted to give you a quick welcome to class and get you situated for the things you're going to be doing this semester, give you some tips and tricks, and help you get started. So let's jump on in. Okay, so this is Media and Crime. I think you'll find it really fascinating. It's a fun class to teach. I really enjoy it. But first, what to expect. So I'll tell you a little bit about me, our class goals and what you'll learn, expectations of you, what you should expect from me, and then others that will be involved in the class, as well as how to be successful. So this is about me. If you've had other classes with me, you kind of know this stuff already, but for those of you that are new and have never had a class from me, helps you get to know me. So yes, I'm a redhead, and I did my PhD at University of Oklahoma, go Sooners. I did 2 master's degrees, one from Louisville and the other from Southern Methodist University. I studied sociology, criminology, politics, and economics. I did my bachelor's degree at Southern Methodist University in sociology. So I previously taught at Brigham Young University for over 7 years as an associate professor. And my career and family eventually brought me to sunny Florida, where I've been here in the Department of Sociology, Criminology, and Law for almost 2 years now. So I was brought here primarily for my highest rated course, which was Social Statistics and Research Methods. But I also had some electives that they really liked and wanted me to teach. So I'm excited to be here. I want to do a quick shout out to my students that nominated me for a teaching award. I really appreciate that, and I was humbled to receive a teaching award last summer. So I'm grateful and again humbled for that honor, and it takes 2 to tango. So I couldn't have done it without students that reached out to let me know what was working and what doesn't. I take your feedback very seriously, and I want to make sure this works for you. So I know it's challenging being an online student. It's challenging being an online professor. We all kind of feel a little invisible, but I assure you, I know who you are there, and you do matter, and I do care about you. So please reach out, and let's get to know each other this semester. So first, I'm like you. I actually did an online degree at the University of Louisville, and it was 100% online. I finished that degree in 2017. I just wanted to get a new skill set. And I worked in the drug courts and in juvenile probation for a while, and I loved it. It was fun, and it was also challenging because I had to do homework in hotel rooms and stay up really late at night after family had gone to bed, working full-time, young children, having family and work demands at the same time, aging parents, lots of travel. It was difficult, so I know what it's like to be on the other side of the keyboard and having very limited possibilities in completing your education. So many of you don't live in the Gainesville area. You live in other places. Some people are deployed military. Some people are actively working full-time in varying jobs. Some people are single parents. Some people are caring for aging parents. I mean, we're all in these different places, yet we want to be Gators. So this is how we're going to be a Gator. You get the same degree as any other student in criminology. So I'm glad you've made the commitment and taken on the challenge. I honor you. You have to be very disciplined to do this, and just know I've been in your shoes before. So where I've practiced, worked, and partnered, I've worked in juvenile probation, and I've also worked in the drug court as a clinician, working with high-risk kids. I've also worked full-time in health and welfare as a statistician. I also worked in juvenile justice, shelters, prison and jails, sheriff's offices, metropolitan law enforcement, and with police academies. So I've been to about 15 different prisons and jails, and sometimes seen clients in the jails. So I've kind of been all over the criminal justice gamut. So if you have questions about some of these areas, you're maybe interested in working in these areas, or you kind of want to know more, feel free to reach out. So my expectations of you are to be really hands-on and active. This class has 6 modules, 6, for the whole 16-week semester. So we spend about 2.5 weeks per module on the activities located inside of it. It's really pretty steady and deliberate in how it's designed. But I tell people, complete your materials, your videos, readings, and activities first, then do assignments second, and finally wrap up with a quiz at the end. So save the quiz for last as you work through your modules. That's the best way to pace yourself. Communicate often and early for help, and just recognize this is a 3-credit class. This one you're going to spend more like 12 hours a week on, just to make sure you get the readings done and the material. I do quiz directly from the readings, so make sure you do those. The textbook is a really inexpensive, easy read, lightweight textbook. Just make sure you put in the time to read the chapters. They're very well written and easy to read, like I said, so it's not too much to ask to go ahead and dive into it. I think you'll like it. So what you should expect from me, I try to email you responses back to your questions within 24 to 48 hours. I do get a little behind once in a while, but I try to at least let you know that I've gotten your message and I'm getting back to you soon. I do have graduate teaching assistants that will help me with grading and comments with the classes. I am available for phone calls, and I have a Google Voice number set aside just for you to talk with you about class or advising or career or whatever you want to talk about. I set aside time in my week, including evenings and weekends, just so that you have access to me, because I know sometimes that's when you're available. If you want to schedule an appointment to talk on the phone, that might be easier for both of us, and you're welcome to email me and we'll find a good time. I do have what I call virtual office hours every morning, Monday through Friday from 9 to 12. I'm basically at the computer working, available to you for phone calls if you want to call that number. I'm also available in Turlington Hall in person in 3111 for in-person office hours if you find yourself in Gainesville and want to meet in person. I'm there on Tuesdays from 10:15 to 1. Mostly I'm doing advising appointments at that time, so it's best to just let me know ahead of time that you'd like to stop by. I'm also here to provide you reassurance when you make mistakes. Sometimes you're going to have a paper that didn't go so well, and then, it's a chance to maybe redeem yourself and do better on the next one. We all have those days that we struggle with, so that's how we learn, and that's why you're here. So I'm not too hard on people that way. So how to be successful is, again, treat these final electives as capstones and training for your criminology career. These are specialty classes that go into very specific areas of criminology, but they borrow from a lot of things you've learned. There's a little bit of theory in this class. There is a little bit of methodology in this class. So you'll see that it kind of uses those core skills and areas to help you kind of look at something more specifically. Be sure you dedicate time each week. Again, it helps to have a certain night of the week to do your homework. And most of the time I try to make things due over the weekends if I can, so that if you need the weekend to finish, it's available to you. And then again, be honest about what works and what doesn't and what is confusing. So that's it. Nothing really else more to say. Go ahead and jump into Module 1 and start working on your first assignment, the symbolic assailant. Do your reading first and make sure you see the lectures so you'll know how to prepare that assignment. But otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in class and hearing from you on the phone, and we'll be in touch this semester. Bye-bye.